I was on the Nile River cruise from, southern Egypt up to northern Egypt. It was like a 4-day cruise. And I woke up one day on the cruise. I was getting dressed to go outside of my room. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I go, you're making so much money, you don't know how to spend it all. You're traveling the world. You're literally living the life that you want. Why do you feel empty? And I realized it was because the business that I had didn't make me feel good. I did it because I could. I did it because the money was there, and I did it because there was a demand and people kept coming to me and asking me for me to do it. But I didn't care about it. And that's when I lost my sense of purpose. Then like 2 months later, the industry changed. I lost my ability to generate revenue with that business because everybody like lost their ability to spend, just cash dried up. And then I had to change into something else. And so now I was relieved of this fear of doing something that I didn't really care about. But then the ability to keep making that money stopped, where I had been making that kind of money for 2 years. And I was like, oh, so I don't have to have this problem of I don't like what I do. But now I have this problem of I'm not making any money anymore. Now, my expenses didn't really change. Right. I wasn't suddenly spending, $20,000 a month or $100,000, like even today, this happened 8-9 years ago. I'm still only spending like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. My life hasn't changed. Now I did do like a zero gravity flight, which is like 15 grand. Like I've done a few things that are nice. I did laser eye surgery for 6 grand, but like my life hasn't changed. Except I can continue to have the freedom to be where I want to be and do what I want to be. And I don't have to work if I don't want to, but I do. And so I've kind of gotten past it where I had this sense of like, I don't really want to work. But now being married and we want to have a kid, I'm like, okay, I need to make money because my wife won't be happy if I don't. And my kid won't have the life that I want them to have if, because inflation is going crazy and all, money is losing purchasing power very quickly. So in order to protect your net worth, like you have to keep working. You just have to keep creating value and earning money, which sucks. It's like a hamster wheel, but it's a different kind of hamster wheel.
Well, there are two ways to be rich. You make a boatload of money, more than you could ever spend, or you don't spend a lot of money. And I think you've lived both,
Yeah.
right? Like you are rich because you're able to not spend a lot of money and you made some money. So you have some freedom there. I think money at the end of the day is great. It buys security. It buys health. At least in the US, healthcare is now a luxury product, and it buys freedom. It buys you the freedom to do what you want. It buys you the ability to get your time back. You literally could buy back your time, right? Like by hiring people instead of doing your own booking, you can have an assistant. You can, we have a very small family office, but we don't do everything. We have a great team. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what type of life do you want? What's on your plate? What's not on your plate? We always wanted kids. So we had kids early when we had no money. We always wanted to give back. We started doing Cycle for Survival with raising money for cancer research close to 20 years ago. Before we had any money, now we've helped raise 400 million and have donated millions ourselves, right? And so you have to have a purpose no matter what. And that purpose has to be greater than yourself. If the purpose is, I just want to make money to spend more or to go on more expensive trips, you will be empty. We've seen it. We've felt it in many ways where we felt like we didn't have like our full purpose. We've never been without complete purpose, but we didn't feel like we were maximizing our potential. And so now people who know us are like, why are you working so hard? You have this VC company, a PE firm. You wrote a book. You're doing podcasts. You're creating content. You own a pickleball team. You own a golf team. You are doing more deals, right? You're announcing stuff. And we're doing it because we've made a decision to do it. We don't do anything without saying, does this push us forward? And B, it's just what we do. It's our purpose. Like, why did I get up at 8 o'clock in the morning in Chicago to do this? Because I love it, right? Like this is what we do. I feel like I'm now communicating to people who I don't know and who hopefully will at some point meet. And I think what you felt was that lack of like, purpose bigger than me, because me gets old no matter who you are. Like it just gets old thinking about yourself. And for me, at least, the more I think about myself, the darker the thoughts get, right? Like if I'm not working, I'm like, oh, I've gained weight, I got to do, or I've, you know should I really be spending money on this? Or why didn't this friend call me back, right? It's like, but when I'm like working hard and I'm at my best, I'm looking at the best in others, and I'm really not worried about myself. It's really worried about like these projects and other people. And our brains have a way of going, at least a lot of us, dark when it sits idle, right? When your brain is just sitting there thinking, doesn't think of like great things a lot of time.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this insight, I've handpicked another video for you right here on the screen. For more actionable strategies that get you real results, hit subscribe.